Okay, so yesterday we discussed about the infrastructure provisioning tool called CloudFormation. Okay, I think I'm audible, right? Sir, screen is visible.
Audible and the screen is visible, sir.
Okay. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the new tool called Terraform. So this is also infrastructure provisioning tool. Okay, this is also same infrastructure provisioning tool. So it is also works similar to the CloudFormation, but except that the difference is here this Terraform is a third-party tool. Okay, is a third-party tool, so that can suit for any environment. Okay, suits for any environment. So like Azure, AWS, any environments. Okay, and whereas CloudFormation is only limited for AWS only. It is purely AWS tool. Okay, that is a major difference between Terraform and CloudFormation. Okay, in the interviews, mostly they will ask the questions on the Terraform. So, Kubernetes and Terraform. So, these are the nowadays trending tools. Therefore, you need to, you will get most of the questions from these two tools only. Okay, so that's why you need to practice mostly on these two tools about interview preparation as well. Okay. So, like CloudFormation here, by using Terraform also, we are writing the scripts, okay, for building the infrastructure. Okay, similar to CloudFormation, we are writing the codes, but the code writing is different. In the CloudFormation, we are writing the scripts by using YAML language or JSON language like that. So, but in the Terraform, we are writing the scripts using Python. Okay, so using the Python, we are writing the scripts. Okay. However, so default, okay, in the both CloudFormation and Terraform, okay, so default templates will be there. Okay, default templates will be present for both writing the programs for creating the resources. We have the default templates are available. So in the last class, we have seen in the AWS for CloudFormation. Okay, what are the templates which are available, right? So in the similar way, so in the Terraform also we have the templates are available here. Okay, in the CloudFormation, we are saving the files with .yaml extension. If you're writing the script in the YAML format, or if you're writing the script in the JSON language, so the file extension should be JSON. Okay, whereas in the Terraform, the file extension should be .tf. Okay, any name you can give followed by .tf. This is the extension that is you are giving the Terraform. So before starting with the Terraform, first you need to install the Terraform in your local. Okay, so let me check whether the Terraform is there in my local or not. For that, just the command is Terraform only. Okay, the command to check the Terraform is there or not is Terraform itself. So it is not there. So we need to install the Terraform. So for that, so just download the Terraform from the internet. Terraform download for Windows. Just click on here. So here you can see the packages for different operating systems, Mac OS, Linux. Okay, if you are working in the Linux machines, then you need to take the copy of this and you can download it. So since it is a Windows machine, so 64-bit, including the Terraform. So there is no need to install the Terraform here. Okay, and just download this file and just give this file in the environment section. That's it. So Terraform execute in anywhere. Okay, so Terraform. Now just cut this folder, paste in the C drive. Okay, so just give this path. So there is executable file is there. So just give this path in the environmental section. No need to install the file. Just go to the path here, edit, new. Okay. Now to work the Terraform. Okay, so I'm again closing this and again reopen the browser. Now try to execute the command. So Terraform. So now see, so Terraform is installed here. Okay, so here also we are working with the commands. Terraform commands are there here. Okay, so before we will discussion about the Terraform, so what is the version of Terraform? So Terraform version. So Terraform version is 1.1.0. Okay, on Windows AMD 60. Okay, so let me quickly discuss about the commands here. So what are the main commands? So these are the main commands which are using frequently. The interviews also they're asking the about commands also in the real time. Okay, so how we are writing the scripts using the Terraform? There is a question maybe asking in the exams. Okay, and some other questions are asking that we will discuss in the interview session. For interview session, I'll take a separate class on maybe Saturday. Okay, on that interview session, interview class session, we will discuss the interview questions. Okay, so this is a demo class. So I'll discuss how to work with the Terraform now. Okay, so now, so first, the basic command for Terraform is init. So Terraform init. So this is the syntax. How we are using the Terraform is, so Terraform, any command starting with Terraform only. Here, the options will be there and the command will be there. So here, so Terraform init, the first command. So what this command will do, it will initialize the Terraform in the working directory. Okay, that means whenever you prepare the any Terraform file, okay, so in that file, okay, you need to execute the basic command. Okay, for example, you already worked with the Git, right? Okay, in the Git, the very basic command is git init. Okay, the basic command is git init. So how you are initializing the Git in your local? So the command is git init. So likewise, so to initialize the Terraform, okay, so we need to give the basic command Terraform init. So therefore, it will download some Terraform related files in your local. Okay, so next command is Terraform validate. Okay, so check whether the configuration is valid. So whatever the resources you are written in the Terraform script, it will check whether the configurations are correct or not. Okay, so next Terraform plan. So Terraform plan means it is shows the changes required of the current configuration. That means it will just verify. Okay, it will give the installation how the resources will be going to be installed. Okay, when you do the Terraform plan command, it will show the resources which are going to be executed. This will list out. Okay, it will planning. So planning means it will plan the resources. These are the resources to be installed. Okay, so in that way, so it is just showing. Okay, it won't install anything. It just list out the resources that to be installed. Okay. So next Terraform apply. So this is the main command. Whenever you do the Terraform apply, then it will create or update the infrastructure. So this command will create the infrastructure. Okay. So next Terraform destroy. So this is opposite to apply. So this will destroy the whatever the infrastructure that is created. So these are the main commands which are using in the real time. Okay, Terraform init, validate, plan, apply, destroy. And these are the remaining commands. Other frequent, the not frequently used. Okay, so but somewhere the required we are using. So Terraform console. Console means so try Terraform expressions at the interactive command prompt. Okay, so this is not at all practiced here anywhere. So Terraform format. So this will reformat your configuration in standard style. That means it will check the syntax errors. Whenever you use the Terraform format, it will check for the syntax errors and if any indentation is missed. Okay, if any gaps are there, so it will automatically adjust. Okay, it will automatically adjust. If any syntax errors or any extra spaces which are added in the file, so then that will be automatically formatted by using this Terraform FMT. Next, force unlock. Okay, so this is used to release a struct unlock on the current workspace. That means if somebody working on the some any resources Terraform file .tf files, so they may be locked. Okay, so because of security reasons, okay, he locked their his files and he left out. Okay, then if you want to open that file, so because the file is already locked by the other person, so you are unable to open the lock. That means you are unable to open the file. Okay, so in such cases, you can use this force unlock, then it will release a struct lock on the current workspace. So next, get. So this is used to install or upgrade remote Terraform modules. So remotely. Okay, so remotely you can execute the commands. So here you are in your own workspace, you are executing the commands by using Terraform apply. If you want to apply remotely, so Terraform get. Next, graph. So it will show the graph also. Okay, the graphical visualization of the resources. So next, import. Okay, so associate existing infrastructure with the Terraform resource. So if already existing resource is there, so then we can import. Okay, we can import by using the Terraform import. So next, login. So obtain and save credentials for remote host. So log out. It's opposite to this one. Output. So show the output values from your root module. So it will display the list of processes which is creating output. Next, providers. So it will show the providers required for the configurations. So what are the providers? Providers means here, so AWS is one provider. Azure is one of the providers. GCP is one provider. So it will list out the providers which are required for the configuration. So next, refresh. So refresh means, for example, you are created one template, one .tf file. So in that template file, with the help of with the using of this template file, okay, so the resources are already created. Resources are already created. Now you did some modifications in the existing .tf file. Okay, so then if you want to or sometimes, so just see here, I will explain clearly. Here is also very important interview question. So generally in the Terraform, they are asking the questions in two ways. One is on the commands and they are asking the scenarios. Okay, the first one is, for example, okay, by using some example.tf. So this is one resource. Okay, one resource is created by using this TF file. Okay, so the resources is created in the AWS environment. Okay, whenever you execute this, whenever you apply this Terraform file, so what happened? The resources which are given in the Terraform file will be installed on the AWS environment. So then what happened after some time, some of the users, okay, some of your colleagues, they may change the resources in the AWS itself. Okay, they changed the resources in the AWS itself. That means on the console section. Okay, on the console. So your colleagues changed the resources. That means he maybe added some parameters or like that he installed something like that he did some changes on the existing resources. But so these resources are not reflected in the this template, right? Okay, this template will contain only the resources which are going to be created. But whenever the resources are changed in the console section, those will not be reflected in this file. So then what to do? So you need to use the command terraform refresh. So definitely this question will be asked in the interviews. Okay. If you do that terraform refresh, so then what happened? Whatever the changes that are made in the AWS, so those changes will be applied to this script. Those changes will be applied to this template. So that is the use of Terraform refresh. Okay, it's a very important command. So next is show. So it will show the current state or saved plan. So next is state. So advanced state management. So next is taint. So mark resource instance is not fully functional. I'll explain these commands once again. So taint and untaint. Okay, in interview sessions, I'll explain these things. So Terraform version. Okay, so this one. Okay, like that we can work with the Terraform commands. But the main tools are this one. Okay, main commands are these are the main commands. Okay, right. Now we will take one template here. So I have already created the templates. So the templates are freely available in the internet. Okay, you can check here. So Terraform template, simple templates. Here also we have very simple templates. Terraform template for VPC, for AWS VPC. Click on AWS VPC. So here you can get the templates here in the registry.terraform.io. Here, so see here, this is a basic usage. How you are creating the VPC. So this is a simple code. So here we're using the term called resource. So AWS VPC. Okay, that is the term. In the AWS, you are giving the VPC. So here there is the name of the VPC. Whatever the name you want to give, here you can give the name of the VPC. And CADR block. You need to give the CADR block like this. So if you execute this one, so simple VPC will be created. Simple VPC will be created. Only VPC is created. Okay, so if you want to add some more parameters like this, install tenancy, so this will default, and tags. So tags will be, it is nothing but main tag. You can give the name. Tags also, but these are optional. Okay, so again some more examples here. So if you want to pass the region name, okay, so like that you can also give. So but the simple thing you can use to create the VPC. And next, if you want to create the let's say what we can call subnets. Okay, how to create the subnets, or directly you can Google it, subnet Terraform. So AWS subnet. So here you can see the basic syntax for creating the AWS subnets. So see, resource AWS subnet, same format. AWS, in the AWS we have creating the subnet and the name of the subnet is main. And VPC ID. So you should pass the VPC ID. Whatever the VPC name you are given, so you should specify the VPC name. So AWS VPC, and what is the name of the VPC is main, and that ID. Okay, the ID means CADR block. And this is a CADR block for subnet. Okay, this is the CADR block for subnet, and this is the ID means this is the ID of the that is a CADR block of VPC. Okay, so this is a for writing subnets. This is a basic syntax. Okay, so next, if you want to create NAT gateway, Terraform. So for each and every resource, you have the a sample template will be. Just add the templates one by one, you will get complete structure for creating the VPC. So resource AWS NAT gateway. So you can give the name, whatever the name you can give. For NAT gateway, we are giving the allocation ID, right? Elastic IP we are giving. Therefore, you need to give the allocation ID AWS underscore EIP. That means before creating the NAT gateway, we need to create internet gateway and NAT gateway. We're creating both, right? So internet gateway Terraform and NAT gateway Terraform. Sorry, right. So internet gateway. How we are creating the internet gateway? So the simple internet gateway. So resource AWS internet gateway, name of the internet gateway, and VPC. What is the VPC you are giving? So AWS VPC main ID. This is the name of the VPC you are giving, and ID means CADR block. So these are tags which are optional. So this is internet gateway creation. So this is a NAT gateway creation. So and before NAT gateway creation, I want to add elastic IP. Elastic IP Terraform. Okay, so here resource AWS EIP, Elastic IP. So here you can give the any name here. So instance. So what is an instance? AWS instance web ID is equal to true. Okay, likewise we are giving the Elastic IP also. After that one, we need to add the NAT gateway. Okay, so for NAT gateway subnet ID, so AWS subnet example.id is the name of the subnet. So here, whatever the name you are giving, the same name you are passing here. Otherwise, it is throwing the error. Okay. Likewise, we are writing the AWS NAT gateway. And next, anything else? So subnet association. For that also, you will get subnet association. Subnet association Terraform. So here, route table association. You can see the route tables also. Okay, you can see the for Azure also we have the same environment will be same resources will be there. So AWS route table association. So this is the name of the route table. So subnet ID and route table ID. Okay, likewise we can prepare the VPC. Okay. So now let me show how to create the VPC. Before that, okay. So here I have three scripts. One is the creation of VPC, other one is creation of just sample EC2, and third one is a mixing of both. So first let me show the VPC. So the very basic step for writing the Terraform script is this one, the provider. Okay, the very basic step is the provider. You need to give the provider name. So what is the provider name means? What is the service provider? Like if it is Amazon, AWS, if it is Microsoft, Azure, if it is Google, GC. So you need to pass the name like this. So for this also you have the syntax. Okay, for this also you have the syntax. So provider AWS Terraform. Provider Terraform. So you can see the list of providers here. So here this Terraform is developed by Hashi Corporation. Okay, this Terraform is developed by Hashi Corporation, and the language also it is HashiCorp language. Here you can see the required provider. So see, this is sample template. If you want to configure AWS, so this is the provider name you need to mention. Section, you need to mention the region. Okay, you need to mention in which region you want to launch, you want to work with this AWS. Okay, and if you want to create a resource, you need to give the resource, AWS VPC and the resource name. Okay, for authentication purpose, okay, so see here, first you are providing the provider name. Without this block, it won't execute. Terraform scripts are unable to communicate with the AWS account. So that's why provider AWS. And the region is, I'm creating the resources in the AP South 1. It is Mumbai region. And access key, secret key. So yesterday I have given explanation for this access key and secret key. So these are created by using IAM. Okay, so these two are created by using IAM. So I think I'll show once again. I have already this one account is there, so that's why I have taken the credentials. So we go to the IAM. So here IAM in the user section, you need to create the user. Okay, let me delete and create once again. So delete. So user deleted. So let me create the user again. Here the username is Vasist. I'm creating the username. So I want to give the only programmatic access because I want to work from the local Terraform, and I'm giving the policies directly. Here you know how to give the policies. I'm giving the EC2 full access and VPC full access and S3 bucket full access. Next tags, here you can give optional. So review, just create the user. Whenever you are creating the user, you are getting this access key as well as secret key. So you need to download this. This is only one time downloadable. If you lost these things, you are unable to download this one. Okay. So this is the last time these credentials are available to download. However, you can create your credentials every time. So, but these are only one time downloadable. Okay, if you lost this one, you are unable to log in to this one. Now here you need to give the two values. Okay, you need to pass the this access key as well as secret key in the Terraform script. Okay, access key and this secret key. So you need to pass like that. But in the real time, so this is not secure, right? If you are passing the values directly here, okay, you are passing the values directly, and the script is placed in any location. So some misuses will be there. Okay, some misuses will be there. Therefore, that's why in the real time these keys are not openly given. So instead of giving these secret keys and access key here, so just they are configured in the AWS itself. So in the last class we have seen that AWS configure. Okay, whenever you do AWS configure, it is asking for access key and private key. Okay, so you need to update the keys. So whenever you update the key, so no need to give here in the Terraform script. So once these are updated in the local, now no need to give here. Just delete this one. Now this is highly secure. Now this is highly secure. Now after that, so resource creation. So first we are creating the VPC. Name of VPC is DevOps. Okay, and this is a CADR block. Here I'm specifying the CADR block like this: 192.168.00.16. Tenancy is default, and these are the DNS support, DNS hostname. Yesterday also we have seen in the cloud formation these two things. Okay, that's the tags. So the name of this optional. Next, public subnet you are giving. So the public subnet here I'm giving. So this is the one, and internet gateway. So you can use the internet gateway like this. So AWS _ internet gateway. The name of the internet gateway is this one, IZW. So this internet gateway is attaching to the VPC, AWS VPC.devops ID. Okay. So next, resource AWS route table I'm giving. So route table, so route TB1, the name of this route TB1, and this is also attaching to the VPC. So AWS VPC DevOps.id. So whatever the name you have given here, DevOps VPC name, the same name should be given at all places. Otherwise, it is going the error. So next, routing. So CADR blocks you need to give, and the gateway. Okay, so AWS Internet Gateway you are giving here. Okay, so Internet Gateway for public route table you are giving the Internet Gateway. Here I'm not taking any this NAT gateway. I'm taking only one public subnet, because when you use the NAT gateway it will be chargeable. So public route table association. So I'm doing the association also. The name is association 1. Name I'm giving here. The next security groups I'm giving AWS security group. So name of the security group is SG. Okay, so name is SG. So description ROTS inbound traffic. Can give any name here. So VPC ID. So this is very, very important. Whatever the VPC ID you have created, the same VPC you need to create here. And ingress rules. You know about this one. Ingress means so inbound rules. Egress means outbound rules. So initially you are opening the port. Okay, you are opening the port 22 in the security groups. And for outbound, you are allowing all the traffic. Okay, and the name of the security group is this one. Okay, so this is the creation of VPC. Okay, so let me do one thing. I will separately place in the folders, because a lot of stuff will be created while executing the script. So I'm giving VPC. I'm taking one more folder, say EC2. I'm taking one more folder, EC2 -VPC. So EC2, next EC2 -VPC, VPC will be VPC. Moving into the VPC, here I'm executing the script. So moving into the VPC. Now currently I'm in the VPC. LL. So first command executing is Terraform. Let us say if we check the version, Terraform version, it shows the version. Next, the next command is Terraform init. The very basic command Terraform init. If you show here you have only one file will be there. TF file will be there. Okay. So any name you can give, but extension should be .tf. Okay. So whenever you do Terraform init, it will search for the .tf file and it will initiate the Terraform there. Click on the enter. It will initiate the Terraform. It will find the latest version of HashiCorp AWS. If it is not there, so you need to download this AWS, HashiCorp AWS. It took some time, 1 minute like that.
Sir, how did we get this .tf files?
Oh, you need to edit, sir. Just you need to edit in the
Notepad.
visual editor. Just you can edit and just name it as .tf.
So they are nothing but like
these files are available in the internet. Okay, I already told you where if you want to create just VPC, so just VPC Terraform.
Terraform, okay.
So just drag and just copy and
copy
paste.
it, and you can save it in Note. I mean, which is student, you can save as .tf.
Yes. If you want to save, just you can also save in the Notepad. Remove the extension with .txt to tf.
Oh, okay, sir.
Here, just place here, like VPC. So just paste here, save it, and just remove the extension to tf. Yes, that's it. Here we need to know the procedure of how to create VPC. Then if you understand that, so this is also very, very simple. Now see here, in the background, some files will be created. Okay, some providers, the files will be created background. Whenever you initialize the Terraform. So see, successfully initialized. Okay, so this will be available only when AWS CLI is installed in your local before Terraform. Okay, you need to install AWS CLI and you need to configure. Just now I have configured, right, the secret key and access key like that. Okay, if you do not configure that secret key access key, you need to pass in these files. Okay, you need to pass in these files. Here after region, you need to pass those two values. Okay, but that is not secure. Okay, now, okay, Terraform init, so it will initialize. So whenever you need to get this message, Terraform has been successfully initialized. So you may now begin working with the Terraform. Try running Terraform plan to see any changes that are required for your infrastructure. All Terraform commands should now work. Okay. Now, if you ever set or change modules or backend configuration for Terraform, rerun this command to initialize your working directory. If you added any new values to the existing files, then again you need to do Terraform init. Okay, if you forget, other commands will detect it and remind you to do so if necessary. Okay. Now next one, so Terraform validate. I'm just validating the resources. Success. You need to get this message. The configuration is valid. That means whatever the values you are passing in the this VPC, those are correct. So just these are already copied from the internet only. So these are no need to write in your own. That's why DevOps is very simple. No need to learn any type of code. But we are saying that so we know the code. That's it. Okay. So validity is done. Next one, Terraform plan. So what it will do? This will not install any infrastructure, but it will show what are the resources to be going to be executed. So see total 6 to add, 0 to change, so 0 to destroy. Okay, so you go up, you can see what are the list of resources to be created. So Terraform uses to select the providers to generate the following execution plan. So resources action are indicated with the following symbols. So plus create. So plus create means those will be created newly. So these are all will be created newly. So route tables, gateway. Okay. So next associations, security group. Okay. So next subnet, public subnet. So VPC, DevOps. So all these will be created. You see here will be created. It is not created. Each and every resource, it will be created. So Terraform plan, it will do that thing. Next, now I'm doing the apply command. So this is the main command. So whenever you do the Terraform apply, here also you can see you did not use the hyphen out option to save this plan. So Terraform cannot guarantee to take exactly these actions. So if you run Terraform apply now, so Terraform apply. Okay, now before this, to go to the environment, just go to the EC2. So currently there is no EC2 running. So no machines are running here. And if you see the VPC, so no VPC except a default one. Okay. Only default VPC is there. No other VPC is available here. This is the default VPC. Okay. Now the remaining also will not be available. Okay. Now whenever you do, it will prompt, it will ask to proceed. It will followed by the Terraform plan, but it is asking for yes. Only yes will accept to approve. So do you want to perform these actions? Yes. So if you don't want to see this message, okay, so along with the command, okay, so along with the command, if you can pass auto approve. Okay, if you pass auto approve, so this prompt will not be asked. _auto approve. So directly it will install the resources. So now see, first is creating the VPC. So still creating. Done. Done. Everything is done. So apply complete. So resources 6 are added. Now go to here, just refresh. DevOps VPC is created. Okay, now go to the subnets. So one subnet is created. So public subnet is created, the name you are given. And route table. So route table 1 that is created. These two are default. Internet gateway. IGW1. IGW that is created and attached. And next, if you go to the security groups, so SG1 security group is created. These two are default security groups. Okay, so we will see the inbound rules. Whatever the inbound rules you define, so there will be open. Here, one inbound rule is defined, that is 22 must be open. Okay, like this, we can create the VPC. Understood? Any doubts? So
Nothing, sir. Very clear.
So if you want to destroy, you want to remove all the resources, so Terraform destroy. This is a command will delete all the resources. So it is refreshing state. It is asking for prompting message. Yes. So whenever you are, this is very important question also. The interview is asking this question. Whenever you are creating the resources, one state file will be created. Okay, one state file will be created. This is your main file, PF file. So these files are created when you are executing the different commands. So along with you are getting the state file .tf state. This state file will contain the information about the resources. Okay, this state file will contain the information about the resources. So whatever the resources we are creating, so those resources information, full information it is creating. So it is showing the VPC ID. Okay, so here in the VPC, in the Terraform file, whatever you are writing, so those you are not giving these IDs. So these IDs will be randomly generated. Okay, these IDs are randomly assigned. So therefore, it will list out, the state file will list out, okay, these IDs also. That's why this state file is very important in the real time. Okay, so if you copy this state file in some other location, you can retrieve or read the, okay, you can re-execute the, you can recreate the environment. Okay, if you use this state file, okay, then you can recreate the environment. So that is why state file is very important. In the interviews also they're asking this question. Okay, so it will contain the complete information about the resources which are creating. Okay, right, now I'm going to yes, now it will delete completely the resources. Now if you go back and check this refresh, so now security group, the default one, and next we see the internet gateways, no internet gateways, route tables, no route tables, subnets, no, so no VPC. right? In this way, we're creating the VPC. Next one, if you move into the other folder, you can see EC2. So here also, you need to pass the same information. Okay, whatever the key you must give, otherwise it is throwing the error. Okay, already you have given in the whenever you are given in the AWS configure, no need to pass here. Okay, so no need to pass here. Now here, what happening here? Here, in addition to the creating the instance, okay, I'm also doing one more thing. I'm just moving the state file to the S3 bucket, because I already told you just now. So state file is very, very important. Okay, that state file should be copied properly. So that's why I'm moving this state file into the this remote that is S3 bucket. So that's why I'm giving the information about S3 bucket here. So the backend it will do. So backend S3. So what is the bucket name? So there's a bucket name that is creating bucket name. Okay. So next key name. So Terraform.tf and region. So here you need to specify the region same as above. Otherwise it is throwing the error. So south one. Now after that I'm creating the AWS instance in a simple step. Okay, creating AWS instance is very, very simple step. Resource AWS instance. Here you can give the resource name. Let me, I'm giving the name as codes. Okay, here I'm giving the name as codes. Now AMI. So AMI ID you need to pass. You know about AMI ID, right? In the last class also we discussed about this one. And instance type. What is instance type you need to create? It is t2.micro. So here you need to add some more parameters like key value. You can also add key name if you want to log into the machine. So if you don't know how to write this one, so just go to the Google. So AWS key. Okay. AWS key pair Terraform. So here it is showing the script. So here you need to pass the key like this. Okay, or otherwise you can give along with the instance AWS EC2 instance. AWS EC2 instance Terraform. AWS instance. Here you will get the sample scripts. So here you can give like this. Resource AWS instance, the name of the instance is web, and AMI ID. So whatever the AMI ID you can pass here. And instance type you can pass here. Tags, it's optional. So on the bottom is about VPC creation. Okay. Likewise, we can create. So on the left side, you can see the provider, whatever the resources you want to, so just search here the resources. Key pair. AWS key pair. Here you can get the key pair name. Just copy this, paste here, and give the name here. So you can here I have Linux key is there. Check my localities there are. Yesterday we downloaded one key. Let us say course key. Let us take course key. Okay. Now, as usual, I'm passing. But before logging into this, if you want to log into the machine, you need to open the security group. Okay. Otherwise, you are not able to log into the port, right? Therefore, just copy the security group from here. So just take the security group section, copy this and paste here. Okay, because without 22 port is open, you are unable to log into the machine. You know that. So next, security group here, resource is AWS S3 bucket. So is creating the bucket with the name, with this random name. Okay. So and the bucket is private bucket. If you want to know about this one, just search here. So S3 bucket Terraform module. Just you can get here. Each and every is inbuilt. Just copy and paste. See here, module S3 bucket source. So bucket name ACL. It is a private bucket. So if you want to enable the versioning, you can use this one. Yesterday I already told you what about this enabled versioning enabled. Okay, you can view like this. Okay, just copy on this one. Okay, now I'm going to execute this one. Okay, let me execute this. So go back to the EC2 LL. Currently I have one file EC2. So now I'm applying the Terraform init here. If any errors are there, so then it will show here itself. So here it's showing one error refreshing state S3. All access to object has been disabled. Okay, host ID, I think this one we have given the full access. Okay, let me do one thing. I'll take the module from here itself. It's the bucket module. Otherwise, I delete this one. Now let me execute once again. Because here access is disabled to that one, S3. That's why it is showing the error. Successfully configured, the backend Terraform will automatically use backend unless the backend configuration changes. Okay. Backend configuration changed. Here we have a command Terraform reconfigure. So you need to use Terraform reconfigure. Already we have executed one. That's why the configuration is started, but in the middle it was stuck. That's why you need to reconfigure. So this will create some files. So some files will be generated in the background. Yeah. Now Terraform has been successfully initialized. Okay. Next, now we need to do the Terraform validate. It will validate the template. So see, some errors are there in the files. It is showing what is the error. So reference undeclared resource, line number 15. The resource AWS security group ESG. So AWS VPC DevOps ID. So here there is no VPC DevOps is not there here. That's why it is showing the error. Okay. So but you want to add this, you need to add the VPC. That's why I'm deleting this one. Because already VPC is already done. Or if you want to log in, just delete this line. Let us try. So it will take the default VPC. Okay. Now let us try. Terraform validate. Again, it is showing line number 21. Okay, CADR blocks. Okay, here in place of this, you can write, you can pass the CADR block like this. Now success. Like this, you need to check the errors where it is. So it's very, very easy. Where the error will be, identification is also very, very easy. Okay. Now next one, Terraform plan. Okay, again you need to do Terraform init. It will give the suggestions also. Okay. Terraform init is already is asking Terraform init reconfigure. Okay, Terraform plan. Okay, let us do this. Terraform migrate state. Terraform init. All access disabled, all access to object has been disabled. Terraform S3 bucket. So because of S3, it is throwing the error. Okay. Reconfigure. Okay. Terraform. I'm directly doing the apply. Whenever you do the apply, it will automatically plan. But it is showing the error. Unsetting the previously set backend S3. Okay. Maybe Terraform apply. There is no S3 here. Still it is showing. Already it is initialized with S3. That's why it is showing like that. Okay. So let me go to this again. Next one. So AC to VPC. Here, it is this combination of both. Okay, like VPC as well as EC2 creation. So here I'm deleting these parts because these are already given in the configure section. So this is about VPC creation, the same terms which are there, and subnet creation, internet gateway, same whatever in the VPC, same thing I have kept here. And next, ingress rules 80, 443. Okay, here 22. I'm opening the 3 ports. So 80 port, 443 port, and 23 port, and traffic is allowing for all. Okay, so next egress. Egress means outbound rules. Allowing all traffic here. Okay, so here it is not required. This VPC ID is not required. So here I'm creating the instance. Here I'm creating the instance. Resource AWS instance web. The name is web. If you want to change the name, you can change the name ports. Okay. Here AMI is the AMI need to take. So t2.micro subnet ID. So here, if you do not give the subnet ID VPC, just instance will be created separately, but there is no attachment. Okay, there is no attachment with the VPC. If you want to attach the VPC to this instance, you need to pass these two values. subnet ID you need to give, and you need to pass security groups. Okay, if you want to log in into the machine, so you need to give the key pair, key name. Key name is equal to Linux key, or do we have course key, right? We have written the course key. Okay, now let me apply this. Just move into the EC2 VPC. Clear the screen. Now do Terraform. First one, yeah, init. First do Terraform init. Initializing the background. If you want to execute that file again, just move, take the file to other folder, just execute that. It will execute. In that particular folder, it will not execute. If you want to re-execute, just delete the files. So in the EC2, already these files are created. That's why it is not executing. If you delete these two files and re-execute, it will execute. Currently, I'm in EC2 VPC. Just give a minute. Okay. So Terraform init is done. Next one, Terraform plan or validate the fish, that is file. Yes, success. So next, Terraform plan. Okay, it is also clear. So total 7 things will be going to be. Already 6 are there in the previous VPC, and one is additional. This one, so instance will be created. That's it. So next, Terraform apply. So this will create the resources. Okay, now here you can see the instance also. Enter the value, yes. Now it will creating the VPC. Instance course is still creating. It's taking some time. Yeah, it's created. Total 7 is created. Just go here and refresh. Now see, one instance is created. Okay, so here there is no name here. Why it is there is no name is you are not given the tags. You are given the tags here after this instance, so that name also it will be up here. Okay, so anyway, instance is created. Next one, the remaining, you can see all already. So the VPC section, so VPC is created. Okay, so next subnets, just refresh. So public subnet is created. route table is created, internet gateway created, and security groups. Okay. So one security group is created, VPC web, with the name VPC web it is created. Now we see the inbound rules total, there are 3. Okay, so 443, 80, 20, 22. So these 3 will be your allowing. Okay, and we see here in the go to an instance. So we already attached the key, right? So course key. You can also see the course key here. So if the machine is ready, then you get the public IP, then you can able to log in into the machine. It is taking some time. Likewise, we can work with the Terraform.
సార్ మనం అక్కడ ట్యాగ్ లో నేమ్ ఇవ్వలేదు కదా సార్, కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ
అవును.
EC2 ఇన్స్టెన్స్ ఏదైతే
Name
ఉందో
రాలేదు.
నేమ్ రాలేదు. ఇప్పుడు మనం ఇక్కడ ఫిజికల్ గా మనం ఇచ్చామనుకోండి, టైప్ చేసాం అనుకోండి, మళ్ళీ ఇప్పుడు అక్కడ
ఇక్కడ
వర్క్ అవ్వదు అంటారా టెరాఫార్మ్స్?
అదే ఇందాక మనం చెప్పాం కదా, టెరాఫార్మ్ రిఫ్రెష్. యూ నీడ్ టు యూస్ టెరాఫార్మ్ రిఫ్రెష్. ఓకే, ఇక్కడ మీరు కోడ్ ఇచ్చారు, ఇక్కడ మీరు
అవునవును, కోర్స్ మార్చాం, నేమ్ ఎడిట్
మార్చారు.
చేసాం.
మీరు మార్చినప్పుడు ఇక్కడ మీరు టెరాఫార్మ్ రిఫ్రెష్ అన్నప్పుడు ఏమవుతుందంటే స్టేట్ ఫైల్ విల్ బి రిఫ్రెష్ అవుతుంది. ఇక్కడ మీరు స్టేట్ ఫైల్ చూస్తే ఇందులో ఫైల్ this is the state file. Here in the state file, if you go to the instance, AWS instance. So here name is course, but there is no tag here given. Okay, there is no tag here given. Whereas if you see for others tags are applied. So see here tag is null. Okay, for example, if you go to so see here for internet gateway you have given the tags. Okay, so just do the Terraform refresh and check it out that whether it is applicable or it is coming or not. So Terraform refresh. So refreshing the state, it will refresh if any new setting is added here. Okay, now let us check. See, is there, right? Tags codes, it is added. Previously it is not there. So to the refresh, then this will be automatically updated. Okay, and let me check again once again if you delete that one. So change the course to DevOps and just apply again Terraform refresh. So here if you see the name refreshing state, so state file will be going to be updated, not your scripted file. See, the tags will be DevOps. Understood? Likewise, we can work with the Terraform commands. Any doubts here?
టెరాఫార్మ్ ఈజీగా ఉంది సార్.
ఉంటుంది.
ఫిజికల్ గా చేసే పని లేకుండా కాన్ఫిగరేషన్ మనకు ప్రీడిఫైన్డ్
Cloud form
కోడ్ దొరికేస్తా ఉంది, దాన్ని కాపీ చేసి ప్రాపర్ గా పెట్టేసుకోవాలి.
అంతే.
సార్ ఇమేజెస్ అవన్నీ కూడా చేసుకోవచ్చు కదా, క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు కదా సార్ ప్రతి ఒక్కటి, ఎనీ సర్వీస్?
ఎవ్రీథింగ్.
ఓకే సార్.
Okay, now I'm deleting this script. Here, let me do one thing. Okay, let me destroy this one. Terraform destroy. So it will delete all the resources. Now one more tool that is I'll tell you within 10 minutes, RDS. However, that is not, maybe depends on the environment that is used. Okay, let me minimize this. Next one is RDS. RDS means relational database. Relational database. So this is the database that is provided by the AWS. Okay, so let us take here RDS. So all will be deleted. Instance terminated, deleted, deleted, deleted. So here Amazon RDS is a service provided by the Amazon itself for creating the database. Okay. So currently, so if you see here, you can see the resources. Okay, Amazon RD. So there are no databases. So allocate space 100 TB. Now let's create the database. So here you need to standard create and easy create. So you can use any one of the one. So you set all of the configuration options, including ones for availability, security backups and maintenance, and use recommended best practice configurations. So anything is okay. Now see the list of databases which are there in the AWS. Amazon Aurora is own database provided by the Amazon. MySQL, MariaDB. Okay, so next PostgreSQL, Oracle, so Microsoft SQL, the Microsoft SQL, so Oracle database, MariaDB, so MySQL. So I'm selecting the MySQL database. Okay, so here MySQL community, so no issues. Here the version, it is showing default version. Okay, if you want, you can go for upgrade one, or you can choose the default one. Okay, so next templates. So see here is very, very important. So depending on the environment, you need to use the templates. Okay, the production environment, you need to choose the production environment. So we should have use defaults for high availability and fast and consistent performance. The production environment database should be very, very accurate and highly available. Highly available means, what is the meaning of high availability? High availability means, so this will be available in multiple zones. Therefore, if any one zone is failed, then automatically the database will be connected to the application, okay, at all the time. That is the meaning of high availability. Okay, if it's a dev and test environment, then you can select this option. If it is a free tier, you can use the free tier option. But if you select the production and data dev and test, you will get huge charges. Okay, if you go to the bottom, see here. So these are the charges we are getting. $965.64, not rupees. Okay, it is approximately 70,000. You just use this, you will get 70,000 charges. So that's why use free tier one. Use a free tier, no charges will be applicable. So next, after that, settings. So you can give the name of the database. So it is, you can give my database or course database. You can give course DB. Here you need to give the database username and password. Okay, username is by default it is admin. If you want, you can change. Yeah, sometimes it will be master also. You can change the name master, or you use admin or any other name you can use. Here you need to give the password. So you need to give the password in proper way, otherwise it won't take. Sometimes through the error also. So you can ensure the secure password with all characters. Next, DB instance class. So if it is a free tier, by default it will be applicable. So db.t2 micro is a free one only. If you select any other one, you can choose a higher version, higher instances. It is nothing but same as creating the instance, right? How you are creating the machine, an EC2 instance, same settings here you can see. Next is storage. So by default, it is giving the same thing, free tab. You can choose the same option. So storage auto scaling. So if you want to do auto scaling, you can use, otherwise keep it. Okay. So next, availability and durability. So this is very, very important. Multi-AZ development. So multi-AZ means availability zone. I already told you, if it is a production environment, so this database should be available in multiple zones. So then this option will be disabled for free tier. Okay, if you are choose production environment, then this option will be available and you need to select this option for high availability. Okay, for free tier, this is not applicable. And VPC. So if you have any existing VPC, you can give the existing VPC. So if you want to create a new VPC, here you can create the VPC. Okay, but here I'm taking the only the default one. The default VPC I'm taking. So subnets. If you have any subnets, you can give the subnets. Okay, otherwise it will take the default subnets. So public access is very, very important. So never, never ever database should not be exposed to outside. Database should be given for the private access. It should not be open to anyone. That's why you should give no always. If you give yes, so database will be public. So you should give no. Next, VPC security group. You need to give the security group. If you have an existing, you can give the existing security group, or if you have to create anything, you need to create a new group. So currently I have only default one. So I'm selecting the only default. So default security group. So here VPC security is default one, only default one. Availability zone. You can choose any availability zone. In the south, AP South 1, we have two zones, 1A, 1B. You can choose any one zone. So database port is 3306. It's very, very important. What is in the interviews may be asking? So what is the database port for MySQL? It is 3306. If it is Mongo, 27017. Okay, the ports are also very important. Remembering. If it is a MySQL, so the port is 3306. If it is a Mongo, 27017 is the default ports. Next, database authentication. So password authentication. You need to give the password authentication. Additional configuration, so that not required. If you want to give any CloudWatch information, etc., you can give backup. So see here, if you want to give the backups, okay, generally by default it will take 7 days backup. Backup retention period means, okay, up to 7 days. Choose the number of days that RPA should retain automatic backups per instance. Okay, for every up to 7 days, the data will be retained. Okay, so here enable automatic backup. For every 7 days, the backup will be taken. If you want to reduce, you can reduce the date. Okay, so next, all these things, if you want to monitor, you can enable the monitoring. Okay, so next, if you want to export any logs, if you want to create any logs, audit logs, error logs, general logs. So you can create any type of logs. IAM role, if any IAM role is there, you can give, otherwise ignore. Maintenance. Okay, deletion protection. Okay, enable deletion. If you enable this one, so if database is protected, so then you can't delete the database. So protect the database from being deleted accidentally. So while this option is enabled, you can't delete the database. So this is a deletion protection option also there. Now estimated monthly cost. So since it is a free type, so you are not getting any charges. Okay. So up to 20 GB automated backup storage on any user initiated DB snapshot. Now create database. So here something it is showing the error. Password. Password issue. Yeah, now it is okay. Your requested, okay. So database is not there. That's why the instance is not there. Okay, so DB subnet group does not meet the availability zone coverage requirement. So current AG coverage AP South 1A add subnets to cover at least two AGs. Okay, here you need to select the two subnets. Where here 1A 1B. Or you can just, because the default one, so just take no preference. It is a default one, so take no preference. So the DB group does not meet availability zone coverage requirement. AP South 1A. Mhm. No this. No preference only have given. Security groups availability zones. Let's take instance one did not work. I think we don't have an instance here. We need to create the instance, otherwise it is not taking. Let me create one instance. Because we need to connect the instance for storage, right? That's why it is asking. So t2.micro. So VPC is a VPC default one. So AP South 1A. We need to give the AP South 1A to send public IP. Add storage. X name RDS mention security group. This one launch course key launch the instance. Now go here. Here the option is this one. Select the subnet. VPC default VPC South 1A availability zone. Now let me try. Now see, database is created. Because of lack of instance, there is no instance created because database should be database nothing but it is also a machine. Okay, where the data is storing, right? That's why previously there is no machine in that zone. That's why it is not taking. Now it is. Now see the name is source-db. It is nothing but an instance. So the type of database is MySQL. It is in the region AP South 1A, and it is t2.micro, and this status is creating. Okay, so the C current activity, it will show after some time. So the VPC multi-AZ, no, there is no multi-AZ option. In this way, we are creating the databases. So if you want to do any automatic backups here, you can set. But in the real time, mostly this is a creating of database is costly. So that's why they are creating the custom databases like MariaDB, MongoDB, using uh, custom. We are creating the databases instead of using this Amazon so resources. Okay, because they are chargeable. That's why.
Sir, is it like whatever the instance you have created now, when this instance like EC2 will be made as a database or what, sir?
Yeah, this is acting as a database.
Now, like if the application is present in some other EC2, now how can we have a connection between the other instance where the application is present and
Yeah,
how to have a connection with this RDS, sir?
because the connection between those two will be established by giving the proper authentication. Okay, proper authentication, like, okay, we already created the username and password, right, for this database.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
you
sir.
need to give the username, okay, and password, okay, and IP and port. So these four things is mandatory to connect with the database. You are passing these values, these four values, for authenticating with the database. So for this database, you know the username and password, right?
Yes, sir.
And for this database, you know the private IP. You know the private IP is there. And for this port, what is the port? It is 3306 is the port. So these four parameters are required for connecting the database. So then whatever the data you are giving, that will be stored in that particular database. Connection is established. If anything is wrong, it will throw the error. Okay, so here nothing more than that. Here we need to discuss in the RDS section. So here we just whatever the settings. So now this is active. Okay, now we want to connect with this. Okay, if you want to see the tables, okay, so we need to install some more tools. Okay, so like MySQL Workbench is a tool.
Okay, అంటే రియల్ టైం మనము డేటాబేస్ తో అసలు వర్క్ చేయమా సార్?
చేస్తాం కాకపోతే మనము మన రోల్ ఏంటంటే we need to establish the communication. We need to create the database. Okay, first point is we need to create the database. We need to create the communication between the application and to the database. That's it.
అప్లికేషన్ వచ్చేసి ఇంకొక ఇన్స్టెన్స్ లో ఉంటుంది కదా సార్?
అవును, అవును, ఇంకో దాంట్లో ఉంటుంది.
మరి డేటాబేస్ అనేది ఇంకొక ఇన్స్టెన్స్ లో మేము లోడ్ చేస్తున్నాం ఇలా మనం. దాని కమ్యూనికేషన్ అనేది ఎస్టాబ్లిష్మెంట్ ప్రాసెస్ ఏమైనా ఉంటుందా సార్ దానికి? మళ్ళీ
మనం అప్లికేషన్ మనం జనరల్ గా ఒక ఇమేజ్ క్రియేట్ చేసేటప్పుడు డెవలపర్స్ ఏం చేస్తారంటే దే విల్ క్రియేట్ ఏ ఫైల్ కాల్డ్ application.properties. Okay, they will write a file application.properties. So this application.properties will contain all the information along with the DB information. Okay, along with the DB information also, this will be there, application.properties. Okay. For MySQL. So this file will contain the complete information. So this file will be present in the application image.
కాబట్టి మనము ఇచ్చిన అప్లికేషన్ ని రన్ అవుతుందా లేదా, డెవలపర్ ఇచ్చిన అప్లికేషన్ ని ఆపరేషన్స్ లైక్ వర్క్ అవుతుందా లేదా అని చెప్పేసి మనం ఫస్ట్ ఎస్టాబ్లిష్ చేస్తాము, చెక్ చేస్తాము వర్క్ అవుతుందా లేదా. ఓకే.
So he'll use the details like this. So spring.database username. The username is giving. So spring.data source password is giving like this, and data source driver is giving the driver class name like this,
యూస్ చేస్తారు.
and this is the URL. So So this is a URL. So in this way, they are connecting with this database.
అదే సార్ అప్లికేషన్ ఇచ్చారు వాళ్ళు ఏ అయితే అప్లికేషన్ ఉందో JDBC యూజ్ చేసి ఏ డేటాబేస్ కనెక్ట్ చేస్తారో డేటాబేస్ యూజర్ నేమ్ పాస్వర్డ్ ఇచ్చారు.
Yes.
డేటాబేస్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ లో ఉంది కాబట్టి ఏమంటారు ఆ డ్రైవర్ యూజ్ చేసుకొని ఆ ఏమంటారు మేము డేటాబేస్ కనెక్ట్ అవుతాం. ఓకే సార్.
Connect out. Okay. So this is there in the application.properties. And if you are using Kubernetes Helm, okay, so then you need to pass these values in the environment section. So that is depends on environment, sir.
ఓకే.
That is mainly depends on the environment to environment.
మనకి ఇవన్నీ తెలిసిపోతుంది కదా సార్ వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత.
ముందు తెలిసిపోతుంది. ముందు అడుగుతారు కాబట్టి మీరు ఎలా ఉంటుందని మీకు తెలిసిపోతుంది.
ఓకే సార్. ఓకే సార్.
That's it. This is about RDS part. And we have very small topics. You can read it. It's nothing but a theoretical topics. You can call theoretical topics like SNS. One is SNS, Simple Notification Service. So this is used to get the notifications. So for services. Okay, for services you need to create, but when you are going to the company, so these will be already set in the organizations. But just know about these things. That's it. It's just basic terms. That's it. So simple notification service. This is used to get the notifications from the services. So depending on the instances. For example, if the instance is stopped accidentally, then you will get a notification. Okay, if the S3 bucket access is given, so then in such case, when new file is added in the S3 bucket, then you are getting the notifications. So with respect to the services, you are getting the notifications. So for that, first you need to go to the topics. You need to create the topic here, create topic. So go to the standard mode. So give the topic name. For example, if you're giving any S3, so next, all these are optional parameters only. So just click create topic. So after creating the topic, you need to attach this topic to your emails. Okay, subscriptions. We can call that as subscriptions. So go to subscriptions. So here you need to create the subscription. So already you have two subscriptions are there. Two topics are there. One is EC2 topic. Another one is S3 topic. So for S3 topic, you need to give the what type of protocol you want to pass. That means you want to get the email notification. Okay, or you want to get any SMS notification like that. So if you want to get email notifications, so just give the URL here. Okay, so just pass the URL. So then you will get one notification mail. So if you approve that notification mail, then you are subscribed to this S3 related environment. Okay, so that's it. This is about a simple notification service. So if you want to know about more this, so just type SNS here. Simple notification service, click on here, you will get the notification. You will get the complete description about this. Overview of this one. Next one, SQS. So simple queue service. So this is nothing but previously SNS is nothing but when you are connected to any particular service, you will get the notified messages. But this is nothing but SQS. So one person will be there. So for example, in our college, okay, you are getting some messages, right? Okay, from one person. So he is setting one messages. For example, so if any fest is there in tomorrow, so you will get a notification message to all the faculty. Okay, or if any if any group photo is required, then you are getting some message, a custom SMS. You are getting one SMS. So that SMS is called as SQS. Okay, so one person you are added to that particular group. So that whenever he is sending the messages, so then you will get the messages. Okay, so that is a simple queue service. SQS stands for simple queue service. So SNS, SMS, SNS, SQS, and one more SES, simple email service. Here you are getting the emails. These are also quite similar. You are getting the emails. Highly scalable inbounds. Mostly developers will use this. Okay, so developers will use this one for creating a group and to get notified messages. So this regarding this, I already given in the last document. Let's move through that. That's it about the topics. I hope all are covered in the syllabus. This is the syllabus chart. So Terraform, RDS, SNS, SES, SQS, S3 bucket, cloud formation, CloudWatch, Elastic Beanstalk, that is also covered. All these are covered. That's it, sir. This is about the DevOps. So any doubts in the particular topic?